Hey guys, welcome back to Cucina Corvino. Today's video is dedicated to my mom and her eggplant parmigiana. My mom was an amazing cook, and I can remember as a kid coming home from school, 3:30, my mom would already be preparing dinner, opening the door and smelling these amazing smells that were coming out of that kitchen. It just made me so happy. And today, we're gonna make this recipe just the way Mama made it, okay? So let me show you the ingredients. For the sauce, we're gonna use some San Marzano tomatoes, but because my mom made her own tomatoes and it was a passata, no seeds and no skin, we're gonna pass it through a food mill to make it more refined. We need some fresh basil, garlic, and some onion. Now for the eggplant, we're going to need some seasoned flour. I'll place salt and pepper and whatever seasonings I like to put. My mom just used salt and pepper, so that's what I'll use. Mozzarella, I buy the Palio. You don't need fresh for this recipe. Grated Parmigiano, some eggs, and some good olive oil. Now, most recipes that I know of anyway, for eggplant Parmigiana, call for breadcrumb. And I remember my grandfather one day saying to my mom, I don't put breadcrumbs because it makes everything too soggy, too weighted down. So they just flour, egg, and fry it, okay? If you miss the breadcrumb and you want to put some breadcrumb on, just because it's your prerogative, put it at the end, okay? Just sprinkle it on at the end, maybe 15 minutes before the recipe is done, and let it get nice and crunchy. It will stay crunchy because it's a top layer, okay? So now I'm going to show you how I deal with all of these ingredients, and then we'll take it to the stove. So now we've placed our tomatoes in the food mill, and just turn it carefully in the beginning so that tomatoes don't just jump all over you. And what this is doing is just taking the pulp and running it through. There's a filter on the bottom. I put the thinnest filter so it catches all the seeds. Every once in a while, just turn it until it's done. My mom would put in a couple of cloves of garlic. Just tap them. Skin will come off. While the oil is heating up, she'll place the garlic in the olive oil, and it will infuse the flavor of the garlic into the olive oil. You really don't want to get any color on it, okay? Then you can remove it from the pan. Our onions. 1, 2, 3. Turn it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this way you can get a good chop. Always keep your fingers curled back. You do not want them out. Trust me. Okay, that should be enough. Let's take our ingredients to the stove and make our sauce. Okay, so now we're going to make a simple marinara sauce the way Grace made it, the way my mom made it. Okay, let's turn on the stove. Medium heat is fine. We're going to add some good extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to say there's about 3 tablespoons there. I'm going to add our garlic cloves whole, just so they infuse the oil. Okay? There we go. Now, let me show you these tomatoes. Once they're done, this is what you're left with. It's a very refined sauce that will need to cook down a little bit to get thick. Okay, but this is what you want. This is the way it's supposed to look. So when you start to hear that little bit of a crackle, a little bit of a bubble, remove the garlic from the pan. And add in your onions. Lower the flame. And here's where my mom would add a little bit of salt, pinch, some black pepper, get your wooden spoon. Now you really don't want color on these onions, just want to sweat them a little bit. Excellent. Add in your tomatoes. Give it a stir. Layer in just another pinch of salt. Pepper. Come on. And add your fresh basil. Put it on the lowest setting. Let it simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes. While this is simmering, we'll prepare our eggplant. Now we'll cut our mozzarella into cubes. So now that we have our mozzarella cubed, just put it aside. We have our flour. Let's season this up. A little bit of salt, pepper. We have our eggs. Give them a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. I always put it in my hand just in case I don't want it to slip. Okay. Then we'll slice our eggplant. I know a lot of people cut them down, but my mom cut them in little circles, so that's the way we'll do it tonight. And the circles are cut between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch, okay? We'll beat our eggs. Add just a couple of ounces of water. We're ready for our process. Take a piece of eggplant. Let me mix up this flour so that the salt and pepper aren't in one spot. That wouldn't taste good. There we go. Dip it. Shake off the excess. Put it in the egg. Then we'll place it right into the hot oil. Okay? So basically what I do is I'll do 10 or 11, leave them in the egg, and then bring them to the pan. Brings back memories. Mama, mama. So now our oil is getting hot, and we'll take these eggplants that we put in the flour and then dipped in the egg, place them in the pan. Be careful, always away from you. Good. Judge this first one really, really well. Now, as you can see here, I have a plate with paper towels, and I have more paper towels right here because I know I'm going to use them. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook them in the oil till they get golden brown. Okay, we've turned them over. They look beautifully golden. You can see this color. Take them out of the pan. Put them on the paper towel to drain. We'll do another batch. We'll place another paper towel on top of it, and we'll have that drain. So now here we are, the final stages. Time to put our dish together. My oven is heating up to 375 degrees, and we have our sauce. We'll put just a thin layer of sauce on the bottom. And a layer of our eggplant. Oh man, this smells good already. Put one more, okay. Then we'll take some grated Parmigiano, some of our diced mozzarella, see, this makes me happy. I'm happy. And then just continue to layer some sauce, eggplant. Oh, I'm so happy, so happy. Parmigiano. How could you not be happy? Look at this stuff. We used to say in the old neighborhood, are you kidding me or what? Some more mozzarella. Sauce. Just continue. All right, we did well. We judged well. Mama would be proud. So what I'm going to do is cover this with aluminum foil, put it in the oven for about 40-45 minutes, and then take off the aluminum foil and let it brown on top. So it's cooked for 45 minutes. I took off the foil, cooked another 15 minutes, and we're ready to take it out. So now we've taken our eggplant out of the oven. It cooked 45 minutes with the foil on. Took the foil off, cooked it for 15 more minutes, and now we're going to let it rest for about 20 to 25 minutes. We'll cut it up and taste it. So now the best part. Let's taste it. That is so good. Just the way Mama made it. Make this recipe. You'll love it. Till next time, take care.